Sara from us, Norway.
Thank you very much. Ellen, she's shy. That's typical for the Sami woman. I'm from Norway, and I live in Oslo today, but my home base is about 600 miles north of the Arctic Circle. And I'm also a member of the Norwegian Sami Parliament. I've been there since 1989. So I can tell you some basic things about the Sami people up in the Scandinavian countries. It's about Sami people have been living up there for many thousands of years, and can I take this one? No, yeah, and they've been living there for much before those border lines were drawn between Norway, Finland, and Sweden, and Russia. And we estimate that it's about 100,000 Sami people living up in those four countries. Most of the Samis live in Norway. It's about 50,000, 25,000 in Sweden, 10, 15,000 in Finland. It depends what kind of criteria you put in there. And about 2,000 and 3,000 up in the Kola Peninsula. And they have also their own language. It's mainly 4 or 5 main group for the language, and it's Eastern Sami, what they speak in Russia, and it's also in the northeast part of Finland, called the Skolte Sami. They have the same dialect. And then we have the northern Sami, where I come from, where also most of the Sami people live. And then we have what we call it for Lule Sami. It's something between southern Sami area and northern Sami. So I can't, for example, understand South Sami because it's totally different from the North Sami language. But still it's the same language, and Sami language with Finnish and Hungarian belong to the Finnish Ugric linguistic group. And we also have different kind of costumes. It depends which area you come from. So if you know the costumes, then you can tell where the people come from, which area they are from. We also have, I didn't tell you that I was member of the Norwegian Sami Parliament. We have Sami parliaments in all of those 3 Scandinavian countries. In Norway we got it in 1989. Finland got it already in 1973, so they've been working really long time. And Finland got it now. Sweden got their Sami parliament for, it's 4 years ago. So the meaning, parliaments was that there should be an advisory parliament for the main parliaments. But for example, in Norway we get more and more decision role and power. So when we talk about Sami politics, it's rapidly changing. So it's happened more those last 10 years than it's the past 50 years. We started with the Alta Dam actions in 1981, where we had they were going to build a big dam, electric power plant. So the Sami people were demonstrating about that, but we lost the battle, but we won the war, if you can say it in that way. And if you can talk about what people up there are make their living of. It's about 10, 15, 20% of the people work with reindeer. And then we have now Sea Sami people living at the coastal line. They do living of fishing combined with small farms and hunting, trapping. It's same up in the inland. Those people who don't work with reindeer, they also make living of trapping, hunting, and small farms in combination. I'm not going to talk too long here. Somebody asked me if I could take a yoik, and I can. Yoik is a way of Sami singing. You can yoik about the person, you can yoik about an animal, because Sami people are very close related to the nature. It's like we used to say we are the Scandinavian Indians. So since there is people who want me to yoik, I'm gonna yoik at least one or two. I could take one. It's very easy to learn it. I can teach you that one. It's a very popular yoik. It's also been in the European Song Contest in 1981. I'm sure that many of you have heard it. It's my good friend Mattis Hertar was in the competition there in Holland. So everybody who feels for yoiking, they can follow. La 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 la. Hey la 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 la. Hey 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 la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. Come on now. Hey la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. Hey la la la. Oh, good. Hey la 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 la. Hey good, perfect. Good. Yeah. I can take another one. It's about a small town up in the Sami area. The Norwegian government was going to dam down. And that's also in connection with that Alta case where they're going to build a big power plant. Marcelo la 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 la. Pace mace, volle mace, japa mace, gokes mace, la 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 la. La 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 la. Pace mace, volle mace, gokes mace, japa mace, la 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 la. La 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 la. Thank you. Now it's Ellen's turn to make you. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? My name is Ellen Binder. I'm from the Northwest Territories. I have lived in northern Canada since the age of 2 months. My parents immigrated there in connection with the Canadian reindeer industry, which Canada, by the way, bought from the American government. It took 5 years to bring the reindeer to our district, and they needed to bring in 3 Sami families into northern Canada to teach the Inuit how to work with reindeer. My father and mother, my brother and my 2 brothers and I were one of the families. We lived there. My father worked with the reindeer for 38 years. At the time my mother died, I brought him back to Lapland, and we lived there until he became ill and died shortly, about a year ago. I'm from the Kautokeino district of Norway, from the same district that Johan is from. I live in that little village called Masi. It's a small village of about 400 Sami, mostly older people. The young people have gone on to the larger centers to further their education. As the women are quite predominant here, and you will hear that we always give place first to the men. We try to consider ourselves shy. If you believe that, you'll believe almost anything. And as women, you are saying, what do Sami women do before the new world opened up and we became modern and began to live in houses with electricity, hot and cold running water, and all of that good stuff? We lived in Laos as a Sami, and when I lived in northern Canada, I lived in a double tent because the climate is that much more severe. I am Sami. I have always known. They called us the Laplanders. We were brought there for a specific person, so there was never any reason for me to forget my identity. I am now living, as I am nearly 65, among the Sami again, relearning my language, and very happy to welcome all of you of Sami descent in North America, whose forefathers came here and made a life for themselves in the wilderness, calling themselves in Swedish or Finnish or Norwegian, but you may have, some of you have had Sami roots. We exist, like Johan said, circumpolarly. We have been in every area of the world. We make our way very slowly into an area. We fit with the people in the area, but we retain our culture, our identity, and we have become very strong as a group of circumpolar people, and I'm hoping that we will always continue to work towards a strong circumpolar indigenous peoples group so that we can control what happens in the northern regions, protect our land. We are the last bastion of wilderness living. We have the largest freshwater resources, and I'm sure some of you know what a problem that can be in many southern parts of the states as well. We were told to keep this brief, and I believe that people get bored listening to a lot of this thing anyway. But I thought, what a lovely Finnish festival we had here, and you have invited us as a Sami group to come here and share with you your wonderful festival. It has made me very happy, and I wish to thank you all. Now we have Anya Kitty, who lives in Toronto, Canada. She is from the Inari district in Finland, and she is Sami also. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could get bored when Ellen is speaking. It's totally wrong in that. I'm much more shy, and I will keep it shorter. My father was a reindeer herder in Inari, and my mother was came as a nurse into an orphanage in Inari when she was a young single woman, and there they met and got married, and the next few years there was a war and my father was transporting first in a winter war provisions to the front with a reindeer raito, a group of maybe 10, 20 reindeer. And I have no memory of my father as such because he died in the war when I was a year old. But my mother was very happy living in Sapmi, and I had my father's relatives there, so I used to visit them as a child and a young person, and I learned crafts and traditions from my relatives rather than in my own home. And I spent all my summers traveling in the outskirts of Lake Inari and in Utsjoki. I was an avid fisherwoman in a young age and visited all the outlying places. I had a great opportunity to observe the life as it was in pre-war Sami areas with all the traditional livelihood. And I had a lot of times opportunity to go with the reindeer in the Purka, traveling in a landscape like this, filled with snow and very cold. I went skiing when it was 40 below, with skis with a pointed shoe and a leather strap over your shoes. And the sky was filled with the northern lights. I still have some good friends there who I visit quite frequently. And I learn more of the traditions of my family. I meet my father's companions from the war, and they always tell me some extra little details of my father who I don't remember. The women were quite involved at that time still in reindeer herding, and for instance my mother was very capable driving untamed reindeer. They always commended how strong arms my mother had, so that is a very complementary, useful skill in the original living off the land there. The women who were capable of living or surviving alone without having necessarily or helping strong man around in the wilderness, who were able to haul the wood and fetch the water from Chokti, a hole in the ice to get the water to the household. That was a very good skill to have. And there are a lot of fond memories I have from those early years back home. Right now I live in Toronto. I'm a nurse in a hospital, the Veterans Hospital, and also I'm doing part-time in Finnish nursing home. And one of the things with these Canadian war veterans, I know the places where they have been, if they've been on the Arctic mission with the Navy. And I am familiar with the other places in Europe where they have been. So I have a very good rapport with my veterans, and also with the old Finnish people in the nursing home. I really enjoy my work there. But I would hope to be able to spend more time in Minnesota. I've been coming here now to our summer festivals for several times, and the reception is always so wonderful. It's been really marvelous to come here and work with the group we have in the Sami community. Hope to do it still. Thank you.
On behalf of the town of White, I'd like to for coming and talking to us here. Congratulations. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir. I would Thanks to everybody for the invitation. It's a great honor for me to be here and have the possibility to take part in this Laskiainen. Thank you, everybody.
On behalf of all of the North American Sami who hold annually a festival also in the winter, I want to say thank you for your invitation and helping us bring these great friends to share with us. And every winter, as I said, we have a Sami Siiddistallan, which is like the Laskiainen. It's a get-together in the winter, and this is our third annual Siiddistallan as part of the Laskiainen. So I should also just say a word of thanks to Tom Shive and Reindeer Owner Breeders Association and Baiki Magazine, North American Sami Magazine, and all of the people working to get the Sami Americans together in a group so we can participate and have cultural activities and work with each other and share with all of you wonderful people. So on behalf of all those people, thanks so much again.